All right, good morning. It is a Wednesday morning, and today we're going to be talking about leaving a legacy. I looked up a quote, rather, an article on success.com by Lydia Sweatt, whose articles I've covered quite a bit previously in previous recordings. And she always puts together some great quotes. Today, it's quotes about leaving a legacy. So you can check that out. I'm going to put the link for the article on the comment section so you can check it out for yourself and check out these quotes on your own in your own time. And that way you can, kind of mull over them yourself, right? That way you can see what you can get out of them yourself. Also, what I'm going to be doing right now is putting the link to my YouTube page. You can find me on YouTube under AlgaeMan1, ALGAEMAN, and the number one. I'm Al Guevara, so let's get started. Here we go. Quotes about leaving a legacy. What will you be known for when you leave this earth? The most influential people, the ones who leave behind incredible legacies, will live on in the hearts of the people they touch. Physically, they will no longer be a part of society, but their principles, philosophies, and achievements will become immortal, spreading from generation to generation. Now, you can start making your mark on the world today by pushing yourself to greatness. Take control of your destiny and with these motivating quotes and leave behind an inspiring legacy for all to see. So here's the thing. Do you think you have within you greatness? That's one of the biggest things. So you have to look at yourself. You have to look inside, look deep within yourself and say, what do I have to offer to this world? What kind of legacy am I going to leave to my family, to my children, right? To those who come beyond my lifetime, right? Generations, as I like to say, generations of family that I will never meet. So, what kind of legacy will I be leaving them or leaving for them to remember me by? So, here we go. Let's kick it off with number one. Jim Rohn. All good men and women must take responsibility to create legacies that will take the next generation to a level we could only imagine. So, right there, it's telling you one thing. One of the legacies, or at least the legacy that's being considered in this particular quote, I believe, is exactly that, one step above, right? Where you or your the following generations in your family don't go on a downward slope, don't continue on the status quo, but strive for more, right? You want more for them than you yourself were able to accomplish. Many of us were born with, setbacks, or we weren't given a leg up when we were growing up. We didn't grow up with a silver spoon in our mouth, so to speak. We didn't say, "Oh, I'm inheriting tens of millions of dollars, so I don't really have to work." A lot of us aren't in that situation. So we strive to build a legacy for ourselves through our vision, through our hard work, through our actions, through our dedication, through our perseverance. All good men and women must take responsibility to create legacies that will take the next generation to a level we could only imagine. Why? Because it doesn't matter that we weren't given a leg up. It doesn't matter that we weren't born in those circumstances. What do we do with the circumstances that we were born into? That's what matters. Again, number one, Jim Rohn, all good men and women must take responsibility to create legacies that will take the next generation to a level we could only imagine. Wow. Kicking off the quotes about leaving a legacy, the article by Lydia Sweatt, link in the comments, with a bang. Number two, here we go. Number two, Shannon L. Adler. Carve your name on hearts, not tombstones. A legacy is etched into the minds of others and the stories they share about you. The stories they share about you. What kind of stories are going to be shared about you? Will you be an afterthought? Will your life just be a, kind of something that was there? Uh, Patio furniture, a shrub. Or it's like, man, my aunt did this and blah, blah, blah. My uncle did this, my brother, my sister, whoever. Oh, I wish I could read that. It says legacy right there. I should use a brighter color. Note to self, avoid purple. Yeah, avoid purple for the board there. Okay, so Carve your name on hearts, not tombstones. A legacy is etched into the minds of others and the stories they share about you. Lift people up, push people up, make a change in their life, make a difference in their life to where you are etching your name on their heart. That was Shannon L. Adler. That was number two. Number three, Benjamin Franklin. If you would not be forgotten as soon as you are dead, either write something worth reading or do something worth writing, right? Do something worth writing, I guess, about, or write something worth reading. And now with technology, right? The the video, the blogs, all that. You have so many options. Do you have a vision? Do you have something to share? Is there something about you that you have cultivated that you need to share? I've always wanted to just help as many people as possible and push them up and give them positivity to help them see that there's more for them in their life. It's what I've always wanted to do. It's what I've always enjoyed doing, helping people get more, do more, be more, achieve more. And, if these videos in some way, shape, or form can help one person realize that, man, that is a life worth living, right? So if you would not be forgotten as soon as you are dead, either write something worth reading or do something worth writing. Benjamin Franklin, number three. Number four, William Shakespeare. No legacy is so rich as honesty. Sure, there's going to be a lot of people remembered for their dishonesty, but is that a legacy you want to leave behind? No legacy is so rich as honesty. William Shakespeare, number four. Number five, Lionel Richie. Okay, didn't expect to see that name here. I think the whole world is dying to hear someone say, I love you. I think that if I can leave the legacy of love and passion in the world, then I think I've done my job in a world that's getting colder and colder by the day. Lionel Richie, singer-songwriter, super talented guy, and that's his. I guess that's his vision. I think the whole world is dying to hear someone say, I love you. I think that if I can leave the legacy of love and passion in the world, and then I think I've done my job in a world that's getting colder and colder by the day. Isn't that etching your name in someone's heart? It doesn't say, love and loving on someone doesn't mean starting a relationship with them. I mean, not a personal one-on-one love relationship with them. You can love someone, love on someone because you want to help them succeed. You want to help them see the potential they have inside of them and allow them to become more than what they've ever dreamed of. That's loving on someone. So that's a good one, Lionel Richie, number five. Number six, Patty Davis. That is your legacy on this earth when you leave this earth. How many hearts you touched? That's a thing. Doesn't it all go back to that? How many hearts can you touch? You hear about people doing these great things, and then you hear about people doing little things that are also helping people. I recently interviewed Luis Ramirez, Big Lou, on the efforts that he's been doing for months now, I think, on cleaning up the community, just going out and picking up trash. That's something that was chosen just to do to better the community, respect your block, respect your community, make a positive influence or positive difference in the community as a person, one by one, doing something individually to make a change, reaching out and touching hearts. How many hearts have you touched? I mean, you have people that literally touch hearts, right? That literally save lives by fixing people as surgeons. And you have people who are counselors, who are empathetic, who listen, who help, who can be a sounding board, who can give advice, who also touch hearts. That is your legacy on this earth. When you leave this earth, how many hearts you touched? Patty Davis. That was number six. Number seven, William James. William James. The great use of life is to spend it for something that will outlast it. That's literally, today's bonus word, literally, is legacy, right? That's exactly what this is about. Building something, using life, right? The great use of life is suspend it for something that will outlast it. That is a legacy. Leaving a legacy to be remembered by, something good, something that touched hearts, something that changed lives for the better. William James, the great use of life is suspended for something that will outlast it. Number 7. Number 8, Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son, who also passed away tragically young. Immortality is to live your life doing good things and leaving your mark behind. You see the thread that's running through all these quotes is leaving something behind that's greater than you, greater than your life. Long life, short life, right? Immortality is to live your life doing good things and leaving your mark behind. Brandon Lee. There you go. Number 9, Kat Graham. You make your mark by being true to who you are and letting that be your staple. Being able to get through one sentence. You make your mark by being true to who you are and letting that be your staple. Kat Graham. Too many people, I think, never truly realize who they are, or who they never realize who they truly are. Where do you place that? Truly, right? Never truly realize who they are, never realize who they truly are. Being true to who you are and letting that be your staple, your authentic self. Let that be how you make your mark. And if, look, inside, just like everybody says, there's two competing things inside you, right? The positive and the negative. Which one do you feed more? Do you feed the positive side of your mind, or do you feed the negative side of your mind? That's what's going to take over. You're strengthening that side of the battle with what you feed into it. So let's feed positivity into it and allow yourself to shine a light on your true self. Kat Graham, you make your mark by being true to who you are and letting that be your staple. Number 10, Benjamin Disraeli. The legacy of heroes is a memory of a great name and the inheritance of a great example. Being a great example to somebody who comes after you. Why do you think so many books last for generations? Something worth, reading. Something was written that is worth reading even to this day. You can put together 100 people, and they may give you a whole, variety of books that they touch upon that were written so many years ago that still have relevance to them today. Why? Because it touches their heart. So have you found that? Have you found something in the past, or even something current, that touches your heart, that allows you to be a great example for whoever's coming beyond you? It doesn't have to be a blood relative. It doesn't have to be a son or a daughter or a progeny. It could be someone who you are influencing in a positive way, that's going to carry on your example, your name, beyond your time on this earth. Number 10, the legacy of heroes is a memory of a great name and the inheritance of a great example. And last but not least, Steve Saint. Number 11, your story is the greatest legacy that you will leave to your friends. It's the longest lasting legacy you will leave to your heirs. I'm going to go back to something I said a little bit earlier. What kind of life are you going to be leading, and how is it going to be remembered? This quote here really puts it in perspective for me. It says, your story is the greatest legacy that you will leave to your friends. It's the longest lasting legacy you will leave to your heirs. So think of your circle of friends, and then think back to the friends you've had your entire life. The older you are, the further back, obviously, you need to look back. You have childhood friends from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, 60, 70 years ago, right? How many people in those friends' lives, people that have come and gone, do they not even remember anymore, to have no inkling or no, they don't even give any thought to some of the people that were in their lives. And I'm not talking about people they run into, in a transaction at a store or something. No, I'm talking about people that were in their lives, had a relationship with them, literally were friends, and then think how many of those type of people in your life have you not given a second thought to in years? It's been forever since you've thought of some people. And occasionally I'll find myself thinking of someone like, man, I haven't thought of that person forever. I wonder what they're up to, right? And some of these people are people that I had months long relationships with, right? Like when I was in the Navy or whatever, that I knew them for months, but we fell out of touch, and suddenly it'll pop in my head, right? But how many people are you that to? It's like, hey, I wonder what's going on with Al. I wonder what's going on with your name. And then think about how many members of your family does that, in your family that you no longer think about. People that were instrumental in your life, or maybe that were incidental in your life, that you don't even give a second thought to. Or you'll run into them like, oh yeah, we're related. Like you realize, like, well, I've totally forgotten about that. Or people that you've had extremely long relationships with. Are you making an impact in their life to where they are going to be remembering you? Are you going to leave that legacy, that long-lasting legacy, especially to the people directly who are your heirs? Living a life with purpose, living a life with that makes a difference, a positive difference, etching your name into their heart. That's the kind of legacy that we're talking about today. So again, the article and the link is on the comment section. 11 quotes about leaving a legacy by Lydia Sweatt on success.com. And they were as follows. All good men and women must take responsibility to create legacies that will take the next generation to a level we could only imagine. Jim Rohn. Carve your name on hearts, not tombstones. A legacy is etched into the minds of others, and the stories they share about you. Shannon L. Adler. Benjamin Franklin, if you would not be forgotten as soon as you are dead, either write something worth reading or do something worth writing. Number 4, no legacy is so rich as honesty. William Shakespeare. Number 5, Lionel Richie. I think the world is dying to hear someone say, I love you. I think that if I can leave the legacy of love and passion in the world, then I think I've done my job in a world that's getting colder and colder by the day. Patty Davis. That is your legacy on this earth. When you leave this earth, how many hearts you touched. Number 7, the great use of life is to spend it for something that will outlast it. William James. Immortality is to live your life doing good things and leaving your mark behind. Brandon Lee. Number 9, you make your mark by being true to who you are and letting that be your staple. Cat Graham. Number 10, the legacy of heroes is the memory of a great name and the inheritance of a great example. Benjamin Disraeli. Last but not least, your story is the greatest legacy that you will leave to your friends. It's the longest lasting legacy you will leave to your heirs. Steve Saint. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed these quotes. I hope you enjoyed the article when you go back and check it out for yourself. You can find this video on my YouTube page. Look for AlgaeMan1, ALGAEMAN, and the number 1. Be sure to subscribe. I'd love to have you subscribe and be notified. Click on notifications and find out when I post a video. And I try and do it every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We'll see about this Friday. I'm going to be out of town, but we'll see how it goes. So, that's what we got going on. Remember, till next time, knowledge is power, imagination is king, and intelligence your weapon. Read a good book today. Enrich your mind. And above all, take action. Till we speak the next time, wait a minute. Yeah, hope you have a great day. Until next time, we'll be talking.